This is Have to Know History. History you just have to know. One of the battles in the Persian Wars, the wars that the Persians fought against the Greeks, was the Battle of Thermopylae. It's a battle that has two components. It has a land component and it also has a sea component. There's this guy named Themistocles who helps to kind of win the battle at sea and helps to defend Greece against the Persians. There's also the land battle where the 300 Spartans that are kind of famous and several other Greeks, so maybe over 1,000 Greek troops in general, are trying to basically slow down the Persian army, the much, much larger Persian army, slow them down to keep them from destroying the Greek army. So while the main part of the Greek army, and this is what we're guessing here based on as much history as we can find, we're guessing that the main Greek army wanted to have some time to be able to mobilize to escape. And so these 1,000 or so Greek soldiers stayed by and were going to fight off the 300,000 or however many Persians there were and try to slow the Persian army down. And what we think that they decided to do then was to use a pass. So there is this gap in the mountains at this place called Thermopylae. And the Persians would have had to go through there with their 300,000 or a million people or however many Persian there are, the numbers, it's impossible to know for sure how many soldiers there really were. On the Persian side, maybe it was even less than that. We don't even know because you can't trust all the information from Herodotus. But the Persians would have had to go through this narrow pass in order to get through, to get to these Spartans and these other Greeks. And so that was a tremendous advantage. And I tell my students, here's how I explain this. We have this classroom here. It's a fine classroom. I got 20, 25 students, 20, 30 students in a bigger class in a classroom at one time. Let's say there are 1,000 thugs in the hallway trying to attack us. And they're all funneling through this hallway to try to get us. And, how would we defend ourselves? And the students, we've had lockdown drills before. We know how to, not be a target in a classroom if there's some kind of intruder. So the students, I have trophies in my classroom. We could throw a trophy at them or some books or whatever, cause commotion. All right, that's fine. But there's 1,000 of them and 25 of us. How's that going to work? They have to get through the door. The door can only allow 2 or 3 Persians through the 1,000 thugs. Only 2 or 3 of them come through the door at one time. Well, we can take them out. It becomes, instead of 25 versus 1,000, it's 25 versus 3. And 3 more after that and 3 more after that. But we only have to worry about 3 at a time. And so if you can take them out, then they got 3 more. We take them out, and maybe some of them will come through, and one of them will get in and take out one of us, and there's fewer of us to defend the rest of the people in the class. And over time, there was no way we could survive the 1,000 thugs, but we would take a whole lot of them out before they got us. And I think that's the way I explain it to them, and that's how it would have been for the Persians. They had to get through this pass, and there's only a few hundred maybe that might get through the pass at one time, 100 or so, and the 300 Spartans plus the 1,000 or so other Greeks would be able to take them out. And so it was a place where the situation where the Persians had to funnel themselves into this narrow area and got themselves killed off over a period of time in a way that they wouldn't have if it was an open battlefield. Eventually, yes, the Persians ended up winning. They went on and burned Athens to the ground. But those Spartans and other Greeks that fought at the Thermopylae Pass were able to defend and slow down so the rest of the Greek army could get away and fight another day. And eventually the Greeks did win the Persian Wars and went on to have a continued golden age, a classical age of Greek civilization. Thanks for joining me on this little quick journey through the Battle of Thermopylae Pass, and I hope you have a great day.